Welcome to the Owner's Playbook. This is Coach Tony Novak with a short story about the tough make or break decisions that affect real businesses. Today, we're talking about bankruptcy and taxes. And it, uh, it occurred to me that it might seem like a day where I'm bashing lawyers. That's not intended. I love working with lawyers and overwhelmingly positive experiences with uh, tax attorneys and other type. But this morning, I made a comment to another tax pro in an online discussion, professional discussion, who was talking about bringing in a tax attorney as a first response to an audit request. And I said, that's about as useful as calling a tax attorney is about as useful as calling a plumber in this case. So it wasn't that I was bashing the tax attorney. It's just that sometimes it's just not the right solution, which leads to my second story. I'm working with a client that until yesterday, for several months, thought he was headed towards bankruptcy. Had a great business a year or two ago, but this tariff pressure, fuel prices, it's a trucking company, just ran out of money. Just couldn't keep the cash flow going, ran out of money, wound up hundreds of thousands of dollars in tax debt. And unfortunately, the worst kind of tax debt. It's wage tax debt, Social Security trust fund taxes. And he had an awful lot of business liabilities with a trucking firm. You can imagine there were a lot of trucks and a lot of debt on the trucks. And so we thought, and we planned it out for months, that he was going to file bankruptcy. I was going to handle the wage tax portion, and a very well-qualified bankruptcy attorney was going to handle the rest. Well, yesterday he gave me an update, and of course, no one likes to file bankruptcy. They do all they can to fight it for two reasons. One is the social stigma, and the second is it's darned expensive. The bankruptcy attorney's fee, I don't know, somewhere between 5 and 10 times what my fee would be on a case like this. But in any event, he let me know that his non-tax debt was being worked out. In some cases, he just called his finance company, and they came and picked up the trucks, shut down the business. So he got another job, has another income, now a W-2 salary, and the only thing left now is the wage tax debt. It's a large debt. I mentioned a few $100,000, and not easy to solve. It is going to be a difficult problem for him for the future. Very little in assets will escape this settlement. He'll probably keep his home, but that's probably about it. And it's a modest home at that. But in any event, in this case, we decided he is able to avoid bankruptcy. He won't have to pay that big expense, both for the bankruptcy attorney and trustees' fees, and go through that formal process. But he will need to spend more time and more money working with me and IRS to work out the wage tax debt, because that doesn't go away, and it will need to be settled one way or another. If it takes 5 years or 10 years, whatever it takes, he's going to have to work that through. So just wanted to share that story. Bankruptcy is sometimes a good option when finances are a mess, but if you can pull the problem apart and solve it piece by piece, and the only thing left is a wage tax debt in this case, better wage tax debt is not dismissible by bankruptcy, so better off just working it through with an accountant, a tax representative that can work out the best solution with the IRS. So as always, I welcome comments and feedback. through social media, or if you want to talk one-on-one about your situation, whatever that may be, I'm easy to reach. Find my contact information on taxproblems.cpa, and just reach out and we'll schedule a time to talk. I'll be back tomorrow with another edition of Owner's Playbook.